You need to make that man obsessed with you. In every relationship between a feminine energy partner and a masculine energy partner, there's always someone who's going to like the other person more. And if you don't like the word obsessed, then find another live to be on right now. I'm telling you this right now. You need to make him obsessed with you. If you want to be able to operate within your feminine power, if you want to be able to be in the driver's seat, if you want to be able to make sure that no matter what he does, rather he stays, rather he goes, rather he's a provider, or rather he turns out to be something completely different. If you want to make sure that this relationship goes well for you no matter what, then you need to make him obsessed with you, okay? I did not stutter, okay? And I'm going to tell you this right now. Some people will hear this and they're going to say, oh no, this is manipulation. This is blah, 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 blah. This is horrible. You shouldn't do that. Okay, fine. You go with that logic, okay? But let me tell you this right now, okay? As a man, okay? I always say, I know I'm a glamorous man, but I'm a man. As a man, I can tell you that even me as a man sometimes has to shake my head at how manipulative some of these men are. A lot of them. Okay, I would even venture to say, if I had to really just go for it, I would venture to say, I'm going to put it out there, I think it's worse for the straight ones. I got to be honest with you, okay? And I'll tell you why in a minute. I would venture to say that probably at least 60% of them are willing to manipulate you if need be. I would say at least 30% of them actively and consciously do it all the time. When you get in a relationship with a masculine energy man, okay, he is aware that he has power. He's aware that for every one of him, there's probably 10 women who would want him or who are actually going after him in that moment. We know this about them. You hear what I'm saying? And so so that man's coming in being aware of his power. And that man is also, in a lot of cases, greedy. You have to understand this about men. Men are greedy. Okay? And so it's not enough for him to know that he has the power. It's not enough for him to know that he has a lot of options. It's not enough for him to know that if he left you today, he could find another one tomorrow. He wants you to literally be addicted to him. He wants you to be obsessed with him. That's why he plays games. That's why he plays the cat and mouse games. Okay, so many men do this and they do it very consciously. Okay, they'll send you a text message and then text you back immediately. But then when you text back to them, then they wait a day or wait hours to text you back. That's a game. Okay, he does the push pull of saying, I'm only looking for friends, but then treat you like a girlfriend because it confuses you. You hear where I'm going with this? They do all of these things on purpose because what he's trying to do is he's trying to make you obsessed with him. And what I'm trying to say is this. If you want to be in a relationship that will even halfway be balanced emotionally, then the power has to lean towards your side. There's no such thing as a 50-50 relationship when it comes to emotions. Somebody has to be in the lead, and I think that the best person to be in the lead is the feminine energy partner. You see where I'm going with this? And so I'm going to teach you about how to make a man obsessed with you. I'm going to tell you this right now. Wield this power with the level of care that it deserves to be wielded with, because can this manipulate a man? Absolutely it can. Is the intention to manipulate him? No. The intention is to protect you. Okay? My job is to teach women how to protect themselves. Okay? And how to prosper. That's what I'm here to do. Okay? But it can be done for that. So I would say only use this on a man that you absolutely want. And you absolutely know that he's got good character. Do not use this on a man if you are not certain that this man has good character. Because if you do this on the wrong man, let me tell you this, obsession ain't pretty on the wrong ones, all right? So let me tell you this, all right? The first thing you have to understand about men is this, is that men thrive on, they're almost addicted to the idea of scarcity. They're addicted to the idea of wanting something that that's hard to get. I mean, even when you were young, didn't your mother and your grandmother teach you to play hard to get and everything like that? They like that. Your mother and your grandmother weren't lying to you. Men like the idea of something that feels scarce. That's why a guy can literally be out here messing around with different women every single week from when he is 16 years old until when he's 30 years old. So he can rack up his numbers. But when he meets you, if you were ever silly enough to tell him your number, and never tell a man your number, if you know what I mean, he will then try to act shocked by, oh my God, is that many people? Because the fact of the matter is, it's okay for him to live his adult life, but it's not okay for you. Because once he knows that everyone else has encountered you, if you know what I mean, he doesn't want you anymore. You see what I'm saying? He will shame you for the same things he does. But regardless, they like things that feel scarce. And so if you want to make a man obsessed with you, you have to, this is a game you have to play from day one. You have to make yourself scarce from the beginning. Don't get caught up in, oh my God, I met this guy. He's so sweet. We connected on whatever app, or I met him at, the beach, or I met him at wherever, so on and so forth. And he's just so amazing. And he's texting me. I need to text him back. Girl, I don't care how quickly that man texts you back. You need to time your text messages. And people say, that's so childish. Well, baby, this is just reality. Okay? You need to time your responses to him. You hear what I'm saying? Do not be immediately available to him ever. Okay? What you have to do is it has to be inconsistent. He should never be able to clock your availability, whether it's text message, dates, or anything like that. So, for example, if he texts you and he's like, hey, how you doing, beautiful, so on and so forth, and you want to text back, I'm really great. How are you? But keep in mind that when he texts you back, you don't text back as quickly at that point in time. So one of the things that's real fun to do is be in a conversation with him where it's like back, forth, and then literally right in the middle of the conversation, break the flow and just stop texting back. Just stop. Okay? You have to do that kind of stuff. Like leave him hanging you have to stop after he's asked you a question. Leave him hanging sometimes. What that does is it builds up a sense in him that you are not always available. It builds up a sense in him that he can never really clock when you're going to be available. And what it also does is that when you are available and when you do give him attention, it will feel like a reward to him. You understand what I'm saying? They do that to you guys too. I say to us, because I say to women and feminine energy men, we deal with the same challenges from men, okay? From masculine energy men. What they will do is they make themselves very inconsistently available and inconsistently emotionally available too. And then therefore, when he does reach out, when he does say, let's go on a date, when he does that kind of stuff, you're excited. You're like, oh my God, he's so amazing. And you're not really excited about him. What you're excited about is the feeling of a reward that he finally reached back out to you. You see where I'm going with this? Okay. And so with that understood, what I'm saying is you have to make sure that from day one, you are inconsistently available. Whatever part of your conscience that says, oh my God, this feels like I'm being a manipulator. Oh my God, this feels like this just isn't right. I feel like I don't know. I feel like this isn't right. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever part of your consciousness that feels that way, what I need you to do is I need you to go into your spirit and picture that part of your conscious as a twin of you. Picture her. She's pretty, all that kind of stuff. Picture her. She looks just like you. She smells just like you. All of that, okay? I want you to go up to her. I'm trying to find a ring. I feel like I should be wearing a ring. I like my rings. Which ring should I wear? I've got a couple. But anyway, I feel like you should go up to her. And when you go up to her, well, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go up to her and see her with her sweet spirit, where she says, I don't want to hurt him. I don't want to manipulate him. I don't want to be that kind of girl. I want you to grab her hands like this. Grab her hands and then headbutt her. I want you to, I'm joking, don't do it. Remember, this is just in your dreams, okay? I need you to knock that one out, okay? Because she not talking no sense, okay? This the same girl that had you sitting out in your car crying in the rain when that dude ghosted you, okay? Telling you, text him one more time. That part of your conscience that tells you, oh no, he's probably just doing this. He's probably just doing that. Giving him the benefit of the doubt. She is not only a liar, she's sabotaging your happiness. Okay? I need you to literally lock into your dark feminine energy and just know this. You have no obligation, responsibility, or moral duty to have compassion or empathy for a man until you have seen that he has it for you. Until you have seen that a man has consistently had compassion and empathy for you, you have nothing for him outside of strategy. And that strategy is there to protect yourself. Do you understand me when I say this right now? Once you're in a relationship with this man, Once you've determined that this man is solid and that he's got a heart for loving you and that he's protective of you and that he really has your back and that he would never do anything to manipulate you, he respects your boundaries and that he respects the power hierarchy of you being the prize, then you can let this all go. You can don't let all of it go, but then you can be a bit more open. But until then, remember this, baby, this is war. And when I say this is war, what I mean is this. There are men out here who will leave you emotionally just beat down. And he will be on to the next woman and not care about what he did to you. There are many of them out there. You can go through your phone book right now. I'm sure you can identify at least 20 of them. Right? Let's not act like they're not like that. So listen when I tell you this, okay? You have to make sure that this man sees you as someone who is not consistently available. Okay? When he's most excited to see you, you do not reward him with seeing him that day. Oh, baby, are you available today? Are you available today? I wanted to hang out with you. I got off work early. You available? I know it may feel good to be like, oh my God, he wants to see me. He wants to hang out with me. That may feel good, right? Oh. First of all, when he texts you that, hey, I want to see you. I just got off work early. You busy right now? You want to hang out? You do not respond that quickly. I don't care how excited you are to see him. Find something else to be excited about. You wait until tonight. He texts me back, hey, just saw your message. Wish I would have saw it earlier, but yeah, I wasn't available. Let me know how your weekend's looking. You build anticipation around seeing you. And then when you're with him, listen to me. You're going to give him a level of attention and affection that will make him think that you are all out in love with him. When you're with him, when you finally see him, you're going to make him feel amazing. He got a bald head, you're going to rub up on his head. Hey, baby. He got hair, you rub your fingers in his hair. You're always touching his shoulder. You're complimenting him. You smell so good. Oh my God, I'm so happy to see you. Oh, I've been waiting to see you all week. Oh my God. You make him feel amazing because let me tell you this. Men are most attracted to women who make them feel attractive. All right? Y'all get it confused. You think, oh my God, I got to be the most pretty woman on earth. I got to be this, I got to be that, I got to lose weight, I got to do this, I got to do the other. That helps for getting attention, but ultimately, who he's most attracted to is a woman who makes him feel most attractive. Right? So when you're with him, right, you literally need to make him feel so attractive. You need to make him feel so attractive when you're with him. Make him feel amazing. Say little things when you're with him that makes him kind of think more could aconteceu happen. That means happen in Portuguese. More could happen. You see where I'm going with that? Where you say something to him like when you're around him, like maybe you're at the restaurant, right? And you go to the bathroom. And when you come back from the bathroom, this is something I like to do. When you come back from the bathroom and he's sitting there, try to walk up so you're coming up behind him so he doesn't see you. And you come up behind him and you wrap your arms around his neck. 'Cause he's sitting down, like you wrap your arms around him, you kind of lean down. And maybe you kiss him on the cheek. And just say, I'm so happy to be here with you. I'm looking forward to later too. However the night unfolds, I'm looking forward to it. You see what I'm saying? You didn't commit to anything. You said, I'm looking forward to however the night unfolds. Get him excited about the possibilities. You know what I'm saying? And then when the night is at its peak, when y'all are calling y'all's car around to valet or whatever it is, and he thinks y'all about to go to the next location, ergo your home or his home, you go ahead and you give him a hug. You kiss him on the cheek. This is so beautiful. I've got such an early morning. I wish tonight didn't have to end, but I have to go. This was so nice. Whenever you do spend time with him, the night has to always feel like it's ending a little tiny bit too early. A little early. You see what I'm saying? Like, at that point in the night when everybody's feeling good and you know he's expecting it to go on to the next level, whatever that may be, that's when you end it. And you don't give him a warning of, oh, I may have to end the night early. No, that takes away your power. You don't tell him early, just to give you a heads up, I may have to end the night early. No. it comes out of nowhere, right? It's when y'all sitting there looking in each other's eyes. This is so amazing. I wish I didn't have to go, but I do have to go now. Yeah, I have to go. Can you call for the check, please? You see what I'm saying? That's how you got to handle it. And then, I'm going to explain why you do this, but let me tell you this. And then when you leave, he's going to try to convince you to stay. Why you got to go? Why can't we do this now? It's early morning. Don't even worry about that. You can just... I understand. You would look at him in the eyes as he's talking to you. Yeah, I want to stay. I really do. Blah, 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 blah. Okay? But you're going to leave. You absolutely have to leave. Okay? And when you get home the next day and the following day, you are either not going to text him at all, or you're going to make sure that your responses to him are very slow. You have to almost make him feel a bit forgotten, because the date put him on a high. He is in anticipation. He is thinking about you, okay? His heart is pounding. He is driving home, listening to music, picturing you with him, okay? And so with that understood, his hope is to probably try to text you that night. How you got home good? He may want to get on the phone with you to have a conversation that night. He may even try to hit you up and talk about, hey, what you doing tomorrow? I'm free. Baby, he's willing to clear everything off because he wants to finish what was started. He wants to continue in the date. You see where I'm going with this? And here's the bottom line. You can't give him that. If you notice a pattern and a theme here, it is literally building him up, making him excited about you, keeping the interactions amazing, but ending them prematurely or just stepping back. So rather it's a text message conversation, you step back from it. And just in the middle of it. You can come back later, a couple hours later, whatever it is, but just step back. Or it's a date, you end it a little bit early. You always have to end it early. And then when you're not around him, let me tell you what we don't do. We're not doing all this, let's text back and forth all day. He is not one of your homegirls. He is not one of your homegirls. You can text with your homegirl all day. Okay? You do not text with no man all day. Texting with a man, unless you're in a relationship with him, texting with a man is simply for planning dates, okay? And an occasional conversation, like a small one. If he dares to call you, because remember, you don't call him. Listen, you do not call him. The only time you ever call that man is if you're pulling up to a restaurant to say, hey, I'm here. Where are you seated at? You don't call him, okay? So the only time you have a conversation on the phone is if he calls you, you get on the phone and you always have something else to do. Hey, how are you? I was just thinking about you. You were always just thinking about him. This is so crazy. I was just thinking about you. How are you? You are so excited to hear from him. He's like, oh my gosh. I reached her and she's happy to hear from me. What's going on? And he starts talking and gets excited. For real? I need you to be looking at your watch, girl. Okay? Because that conversation cannot go more than 5 minutes. And he's talking, oh my God, yeah. But listen, I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off. I have to run. I was just in the middle of something. But yeah, I have to run. But yeah. He's like, yeah, well, cool. When can we see each other? You don't say, I'm looking forward to seeing you. I have to run. It's just, I have to run. There's nothing more to say after that. I have to run. It's so good. I could talk to you all day, but I do have to run and be quiet. All right, cool. I mean, when you free, when you available? Can I text you in a little while and let you know? I just want to look at my calendar and see. You never have availability in that moment. You never. He needs to wait. You think you're available on Saturday? Let me just check on something, and I promise I'll get back to you. Not I'll get back to you by tonight, not tomorrow. I promise I'll get back to you. If you see where I'm going with this, what I'm telling you, right, is you are setting a pattern of him always anticipating hearing from you. You are setting a pattern. You are setting a pattern of inconsistent access to you. He should never be able to predict that he has access to you. All that stuff of you texting that man every time you get off of work. I got off work, let me call him immediately. Or let me text him, hey, I just got off of work. All those good morning texts and all that stuff. I'm not saying don't text him. I'm not saying don't talk to him. What I'm saying is it needs to always be in a pattern that's unpredictable, where he's always left waiting just a bit. And then when you are talking to him on the phone, it's, oh my God, I was just thinking of you. Oh my gosh, it's so good to hear your voice. What's going on? You're always excited to hear from him. When you see him in person, you're always excited to see him. What you're doing is, let me tell you what you're actually doing. Psychologically, what you're doing is you're giving him a rush of serotonin, a rush of adrenaline every time he talks to you. All those happy drugs that go off, what do they call them? Not serotonin. Oh, endorphins. I'm sorry, endorphins. That shoot off inside of you when you're happy. Endorphins. I didn't mean serotonin. Endorphins. They shoot off inside of you when you're happy, right? That's what happens. So what happens is this. He starts to associate you with happiness. He starts to associate seeing you, seeing your text message, hanging out with you, touching you, smelling you. He associates that with happiness. You see what I'm saying? And because you only give it to him occasionally, and it's always spaced out and unpredictable, he values it that much more when he gets it. Right? You say, is this advice for women in a relationship also? Absolutely. Absolutely. Apply it there too. Apply it in a relationship too. But you know your man, okay? So eat the meat and throw out the bones. If something I'm telling you, like, no, that would really not work with my man, eat the meat and throw out the bones, okay? Why does this work so well, and why do I believe this is fair to do in the dating stage especially? Number one, because everything I just described to you, men do this to y'all. Everything I literally just described to you, men do it to y'all. Men do it to you. They text you inconsistently. But when they do talk to you, oh my God, how you doing, beautiful, blah, 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 blah. Do they not? I'm giving you their game. I'm not teaching you some new feminine game. I'm teaching you what they do. Okay? He's inconsistently available, but when he is available, he makes you feel like a queen. You feel amazing. Doesn't he? His availability is unpredictable, but when he does give it to you, it feels amazing. You want to spend ample time with him, but for some reason he can't give you the full weekend. He can't give you the full this. It's always ending just a little bit early. Doesn't this sound familiar? It sounds familiar because you've been on the other end of it. And you didn't know you were on the other end of it. You were simply obsessed over this man. You're simply sending screenshots of text messages to your homegirl saying, what do you think he meant by this? Because he gives you such bite-sized pieces of him that you're left to try to heavily interpret every little thing he does. Doesn't this sound familiar? This is exactly what they do. It's really no different, right? So that's what you're going to do. And you're going to do this for a significant period of time. This is not just what you do to get him. This is setting the overall foundation and culture of your dynamic with him. Because even once he does commit to you, let's say it goes in that direction, right? Let's say this is the kind of guy where you're like, I really like him. I do want to be in a relationship with him. And it progresses in that particular direction. Let me tell you this right now, okay? You cannot afford to change up in a relationship. Like, now I'm going to be all open and available and fully vulnerable and blah, blah, blah. You can't do that because he got you and became attracted to you based on a dynamic of scarcity, based on a dynamic of feeling like you're a prize, based on a dynamic of chasing you. He enjoys that. When I tell you this, the vast majority of men enjoy chasing you. What they don't enjoy is being used. What they don't enjoy is being misled or led on. That's why I say only do this with men that you like. Right? So he's enjoying this because every time he does a bit more, you're rewarding him with more access. You're rewarding him with more. So this man really enjoys this. So then when you get a relationship with him, you can't just stop doing this. You still have to leave him guessing. And so where the obsession comes in, the addictiveness comes in to it is this. Psychologically, something happens with the push, the pull, the cat and mouse game, right? When you, in Portuguese, they call it jogo de charme. Jogo de charme, which means game of charm, which basically means playing coy, cat and mouse game. It's very common in Brazil dating Rather it's between men and women, men and men, it doesn't matter. It is very common. Okay. I think it's very common in Latin culture in general, which is why you kind of get the stereotype of the Latin lover and everything like that. I just think that the dating culture in Latin America, while not perfect in any way, shape, or form, it does teach you very much so how to keep your leverage by being unavailable sometimes, right? So how this works is that when someone has inconsistent, unpredictable access to you, right? Unpredictable access to you. And then when they get it, it feels really good. It makes them crave it, makes them crave it, makes them crave it, right? And then what they will start to do is they will start to do more to get more access to you. So for example, if your reason for why you're so always unavailable, be strategic about it. He's like, what are you doing when I can't text you? Because he's going to start asking, like, I be trying to reach you. I can't reach you. What's going on, right? If you are strategic about what you say, he's going to start trying to figure out ways to contribute to your life in that way. Let me tell you what I mean, okay? Because it's not very complex. Let's say you say, he says, I can't reach you. Just like, well, I be working and everything like that. Life is just really expensive for me. And, I'm just doing the best I can. It's really tough out here. So sometimes I'm working and my work schedule is really unpredictable. I'm trying to pay for these bills. I have this debt. I've got this credit card bill. It's almost $3,000 I have to pay it. I need to get these new tires. What do you think that's going to do? Men are solution makers. So if the reason why you're inconsistently available and why you always have to leave early to go to work early in the morning or whatever it may be is because there's a specific financial goal you're trying to meet, he's going. If he got it, he's going to do a solution for you. How much is it? It's like $1,500. And that's how I have to work these extra hours. Don't lie. I'm not telling you to lie. I'm just saying, when a man wants more access to you, and that access can be gained through simply handling something in a monetary way for you, why do you think there's so many men out here don't want their women to work? And when they finally get with that woman, he literally is telling her, don't work. I'll handle your bills. I'll do whatever. In a lot of cases, when women don't work and their man is the one taking care of the bills, it's not because she asked him to do that. No. Y'all ask me sometimes, how do I get a man to make it so that I don't have to work? Ladies, when a man is a provider and he has sufficient financial means and he wants to have his queen by his side and have access to her as much as possible, it's a logical next step for him to say, once you're in a relationship, he ain't gonna do this for you on the second date. Once you're in a full-on relationship, it's the logical next step for him to say, what do I need to do in order for you not to have to work so much? Do you think that man wants you to be working 3 jobs and barely having time for him? No, he wants you to have more time for him. So for him, it's just money. It's just money. It's just money. You see where I'm going with that? But on the flip side of it, what I'm telling you is this, and that's why I tell you, do not use men. Do not do this with men that you actually are not into. You have to really be into this man, because I think ethically you don't want to be using people. You don't want to be doing that kind of stuff. That's just, can what I'm teaching you, that put you in a position to use a man? Yeah, but keep in mind that if he realizes that you're doing that you working him over, good, that may not be good for you. I'm gonna leave it at that. But my point is this: what it does through this overall thing that I'm teaching you is it sets together a power dynamic, right? It sets together a power dynamic where this man is literally valuing you. He is consistently valuing you. The time that you give him, he values it so much. And therefore, he's not going to cancel dates on you. Therefore, he's not going to be ghosting. Because he recognizes that to get this time with you is something that's so special. He's going to value it. What this does is that when you are communicating with him through text or whatever it may be, he's going to be responsive when you use this approach. Why? Because he knows that access to you is something to be cherished. Okay? I was in a meeting maybe about 2 weeks ago with a guy. I always thought he was single, right? I never saw a wedding ring or anything like that on his hand or anything like that. And, but regardless, I didn't really care. I mean, I'm just, my observations, I paid attention to everything, right? We're in the middle of the meeting. It was just me and him on like a Zoom or whatever. And I could hear his phone go off, like in the background, right? And then he looks at it, and as he's looking, I'm in the middle of talk, he's looking at it, and he's starting trying to text back off screen, like he's doing off screen. So I just said to him, I said, you want to take a pause so you can text back? I was not being sarcastic. I literally was just like, I get it. Whoever it is, the way you smiling. And then he says to me, he's like, it's this girl. We've been getting to know each other. He's like, yeah, give me a moment. Yeah, I'm trying to text her back. She's just so busy. Is she? She's just so busy. I was like, yes, sis. Yes, sis. That man literally got distracted in a business meeting because her text came in and he wanted to text her back immediately. Am I lying? Let's flip the script. Haven't you been in that position? This man who you talk to is so inconsistently available that when he does text you, hold on, y'all, hold on real fast. I got to text somebody back. You lying, talking about this is my mother. Let me text her back. That is not your mother. That is Jamarcus. That's Pete. That's Juan. Okay? Let's not play, girlies. Okay? It is what it is. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what this does. Obviously, when I use the word obsessed, I'm not using it in the cinematic TV way of the man is standing outside your house crying in the rain. No. What I'm talking about is that this man values you at such a high level that he will make sure that it's communicated to you through his responsiveness, through his availability for you, through his emotional availability. It's powerful. When you set the foundation of the relationship in this particular way, you're good no matter what. You are so good no matter what. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. You say, what if I do this and he's not the right man for me? Well, if the dynamic is set in this way from jump, and let's say you find out he's a liar, he's a cheater, you're just not compatible. He's a great guy, but you're not compatible. Okay. Well, guess what? You're going to be able to move on much easier because you didn't do the whole pick-me-sha approach of over-functioning by over-texting, being overly available to him, always being responsive to his every whim. You didn't do anything like that. No. You took this approach that allowed you to not necessarily control him. That wasn't the point. What you did was you took an approach that allowed you to regulate your own emotions and your own feminine energy, because we all know this, that feminine energy, when activated by attraction to powerful masculine energy that you're truly attracted to, when you are truly attracted to someone who's got strong masculine energy that you really want, baby, it is like, you can't get enough of them. I don't care how tough you think you are. When you fall in love, listen to me, ladies. When we fall in love, I'm talking about feminine energy women and feminine energy men. When we fall in love, there are parts of us that we just can't even hold back. We are all in. We are all in. You know what I'm talking about. I don't care how tough you think you are. When you pass that point, it really is the point of no return. So what I'm telling you is knowing that this is how you are energetically wired as a feminine energy being. When I talk about feminine energy, you know how we talk about like our birth charts or our astrology and everything like that? I think that feminine energy versus masculine energy, that feminine energy is a part of your spiritual profile. It is a part of your energetic profile. It dictates and heavily influences how you view the world and how the world views you in every single space, even into business. This is something where no matter how much you think you can control it, you really can't. And so with that understood, what this is doing is this is levelizing the playing field to make sure that from jump, this man has to prove to you that he values you. He has to prove to you that he's consistently available to you. He has to prove to you that he's willing to make you a priority, that he has to do all those things, and he recognizes that that's the only way to get access to you. So that If as you get to know him, you finally say, you know what, I like this guy. I like what I've been seeing in him, and you do decide to be in a relationship with him, the foundation is already set in such a way where he understands how to show up in a way that makes you always feel valued. Because you know that how you show up is going to always make him feel valued. That's why I say it's not manipulation. What it's doing, it is literally laying the foundation in this way. And I'm going to tell you this right now. A lot of masculine energy men, if it were up to them, their relationships would always operate like this. They want to pursue you. They want that partner who feels like a prize, where she walks and she moves in the world like a prize. They want someone who walks with main character energy. They want someone who truly is that girl, and she knows it. And she operates in that way, and she only will accept the best from him. He wants that. When I tell you he wants that so much, you say, if they want it so bad, why don't they go out and why don't they create situations where they can create that? Because a lot of them don't come from environments where they were even shown how to do that. They see what the outcome looks like. They see these relationships on TV. They see their friends in these relationships. They see whatever, where they're like, I want that dynamic. But they don't know how to create it because they watched their mother being a pick-me. They watched their mother over-functioning for their father. They watched their father cheating on their mother and undervaluing her and her never leaving. They saw the dynamics that they saw in the same way you saw the dynamics that you saw. You didn't know how to create this. You didn't. You got to own that for yourself. Well, neither did they. So you're not manipulating him. What you're doing is you are literally teaching him how to approach, how to value, and how to be in relationship with a high value feminine energy partner. That's all you're doing. So when I say make him obsessed with you, what I'm really saying is unleash your feminine power on him in a way that makes him crave you and makes him see that the only way to get access to you is through valuing you. Unleash your feminine power on him in a way that literally turns your power into a magnet that draws him in. Unleash your feminine power in a way that can also act as your shield to protect you from when this man isn't coming at you correct. You see where I'm going with that? That's all I'm teaching you how to do here. If you like this message, go ahead and make sure that you click like and click share. And if you want a copy of my best-selling book, click the link that's directly above or below this video, or the link that's on my social media profile. And of course, if you want to schedule a coaching session with me, I normally have a couple of sessions open each week. They're already getting booked up for next week. So if you want next week, you better move quick. Click the link that's on my social media page or the link that's directly above or below this video. Make him obsessed with you, baby. If he's not obsessed with you, trust me, he's not your man. All right, y'all. Bye.